there are times in my life where I really believe that just like a nice hot fudge sundae would probably kill me.
Yeah.
All right, hello.
I hope we're a little closer. We had to move the mic. We had a false start.
Yeah. All right. Welcome back to another episode of Under the Desk.
How you doing?
It has been 2 weeks since we were last recorded.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But that's because life gets in the way, and then you just have to push it out of the way.
Yeah.
So.
Push it.
Push it. Okay, so recently you went to Boston for
Yeah, I
your
did.
college audition.
I did.
At
That was me.
Berkeley. So tell us about it.
Okay. So basically, I'm trying to format this so I don't date the episode horribly, but basically there was a long weekend at some point during the school year, and
We already talked about how it's going to be like weeks before these come out, so it's fine. I
yeah,
think we dated it
but
last time.
yeah, whatever. But
So over this weekend.
yeah, over this past weekend, I drove up to, well, my parents drove. I went up to Annisquam, my favorite place in the entire world, with my mom, my dad, and Chloe. And so we drove up Thursday night, and we get there, and we hang out, and we actually had a really nice, like, family-esque conversation until, like, 1 in the morning with just, like, my parents and Chloe.
Nice.
And we were talking about, like, well, first of all, I wrote 5 songs on the ride up, so they were asking me a little bit about that, and just, like, what I was writing about, and that sort of thing. And I don't like to go too deep into it until stuff is actually finished, and I could, like, play it for somebody. So I was sort of, like, dancing around a little bit and giving, like, very general sort of ideas and whatever. And so we just got into, like, conversation and whatever, and about, like, favorite cartoon characters, religion came up, that sort of thing. And then, yeah, we went to bed at, like, 1 in the morning, woke up super late the next day, and super late for me is, like, 10:30.
Yeah. That's
And then I had my fucking favorite cereal in the entire world, my boy Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries. That shit is so good. Oh my god. I will eat that until I die. It could give me the worst disease and I'd still snack on it because I love that cereal. But and then Friday, Ted isn't around, my boy Ted. And so we're just hanging out in Annisquam. It was like a super lazy day. Like, we all got up late, and then we had breakfast, which was really good, which is the stuff I was literally just talking about, because I forgot that day was Friday. And then for lunch, I made a super good grilled cheese, like really, really good. And I made like 4 of them consecutively. I was really proud.
What kind of bread?
Okay, so what you have to know about Gloucester, Massachusetts is that it's the home of the best bread you will ever eat in the entire world, called Virgilio's. And so we roll up to Market Basket, which is the cheapest, like, I love Massachusetts. It's just like an awesome, like, full-size grocery store. So much cheaper than Connecticut. And so we get there, and we're looking for Virgilio's. It's like 9 o'clock at night, so they're, like, closing on us. So we're, like, sprinting around the store trying to find stuff. And then we find this, like, Virgilio's. It's like off-brand Virgilio's, basically, because we couldn't get to Virgilio's that day because it was like 9 o'clock at night, and we're stopping at a grocery store, so we're not going to go and stop at Virgilio's again, even though they're closed anyway.
Right.
So anyway, yeah, it was that kind of bread. But basically, Chloe's dad showed me how to make the best grilled cheese in the world. Mine isn't like his level, but it's pretty damn good. So what you do is you butter the bread first. And, like, you don't put any butter in the pan. You just, like, heavily butter one side of the bread. And you put that on, like, real low heat. Like a 2 or 3.5 max.
Like a simmer?
Yeah. Like low. So it takes, like, a good 10 minutes of browning one side to, like, a nice light brown. And so you get your cheese on there and whatever. We had, what was it called? Like a Gruyere? No, not Gruyere. It was some really good cheese. Like, I'd never had it before, and we used it, and it was exceptional. If the name comes to me, I'll yell it later. cut to me yelling any type of cheese name just to make the point. But so yeah, and then you just let it brown for like 8 minutes.
Wow.
And then you flip it over and you let it, and like you butter that side too, and you let that brown for like 8 minutes, and it's like the gooeyest, like crispy, butteriest grilled cheese you'll ever have. And we had like nice Campbell's tomato soup with it. Like it was the most pleasant lunch I've ever had.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
But I know I'm way too impatient to wait that long for my
Oh
grilled
yeah,
cheese.
I'm an uber patient guy. Like
I'm not. I know you are.
yeah,
Your driving is just like
yeah,
super patient. I'm
Yeah.
like, I will endanger myself and others in the car.
yeah. I'm going to involve myself.
Like I will make a point of something not being safe just
Yeah.
so that I can like get to where I need to be.
Oh yeah, I'll be like making a left turn and I'll let like 6 cars go by because I'm just like, it's whatever. Like when I drive with Chloe, she's like screaming at people, like like she doesn't actually leave the car or whatever, but she's like getting heated in the car, and I'm just sort of there like, it's whatever, man.
She's the same as me where like, so if she's in your car and you're
Uh-huh.
driving, she feels the necessary.
No, she's clocked out. She falls asleep in like 10 minutes.
See, I was
She's
gonna-
not even awake.
No, but I mean like with road rage, she feels
Oh, yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
necessary to like double up on it to take out yours.
Mm-hmm.
That you're
Which is
not
0.
showing. Exactly, but like to like like distribute it. And with me,
Yeah.
I do the same thing. Like when I'm driving people, I drive.
Yeah.
When I'm even though it's fine, whatever. When I'm driving people, I feel the need to like be expressively angry for both or like all people in the cars.
Yeah.
In the car, so I'll just be like outwardly aggressive towards
Yeah.
people, not in the car, but like to the other cars. And normally I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my god, dude. My
if I'm driving
my
alone.
old and only driver's ed teacher. I won't say his name, but I'll tell it to you later because I love saying it. He was this hilarious dude, and he told us about this road rage incident.
Road
yes.
raid.
Road rage? Is that right?
There you go.
Okay, cool. It took me a second to calibrate, but so he told us this crazy story of this guy who like literally followed him home and like got out of the car with a bat. Like
Wow.
it was some crazy shit. And like my driver's instructor, he was in the army, so he gets out in full Navy gear. The guy turns around immediately and leaves.
Wow.
Like it was sick. What were we talking about?
Road rage.
But before that,
We weren't.
Virgilia's grilled cheese,
Good.
really good lunch. Oh, right. I was gonna make the point about Cara oranges. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's like the sweetest, most delicious orange you'll ever have. It's
Thank
like
you,
the
Cara.
inside of it is like perfectly like it's like pink lemonade, the color,
The color.
where like the orange should be inside of an orange.
Right.
Yeah.
So it looks like grapefruit.
Yeah, basically, but
Okay.
it's still like citrus and orange.
Nice.
I don't know if a grapefruit's citrus,
It
but
is.
fuck it.
It is.
And it's
More citrus. In
it's
fact.
really.
That's why they're sour. or
I did
more
not
sour.
know that. That's crazy. Does that mean like lemons and limes have the highest concentration of citrus on the planet?
Not on the planet, but out of those 3 other.
That's
yes.
awesome. That's really cool. Wow, I didn't know that. That's awesome. But we actually like sliced them up. Like you know how I don't know if you ever played many sports, but like you know how people talk about in sports when it's like halftime and one of the parents brings like a bucket of
Yeah,
sliced
yeah. I
oranges.
used to have those.
That with those oranges and just like the grilled cheese and the tomato soup. It was such a comfy day, honestly.
Nice.
And then Chloe and I go on a walk around Anasquam. And so I take her to just like everywhere. We go to my grandparents' old house, which I am going to buy. Like that house is mine. I love that house. I love everything about that house. Like where it is, what it's made of, its view, the pasture.
I don't know if I just messed.
Jason
everything up.
Messed it up.
No.
Oh, what?
All right, we're good. Sorry about that.
We'll edit it a little bit.
Maybe.
Welcome back After the editing.
After the editing.
Or not.
Maybe not. It's
Probably
fine.
not.
I went to change something on the computer and it decided to mess everything up.
Yeah, because we're finding out now that we're 9 minutes and 40 seconds in.
Yeah.
So
all right. So you were talking about how you're gonna buy your grandparents' home.
yeah, like I love that house. I love it. Like it's at this perfect point that's like super close to the ocean and Lighthouse Beach, which has like the gorgeous lighthouse. Like my parents started the shit where like you climb to the top of the lighthouse and you get married on like the balcony.
Off? Oh.
No,
Yeah,
you get married
cool.
and like they started that in that town. Like they were the first people to just like go to the top, and there's like this picture of everybody like woo on the top. It's awesome.
It's like in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
What he does.
Yeah,
Maybe
I've
he
never
does it
seen to
there.
the end of that, so thanks for the spoiler. But
That's not the end. So.
whatever. Somebody gets married. Spoiler alert for all of life ever.
It's not a spoiler. It said like in How I Met Your Mother. Anyone can get married.
That's the point of the show.
Yeah. Anyways.
But yeah, it's just like I have so many strong memories, and like there are also pictures of us like in the yard of that house, me like walking around on my bum leg when I broke my fucking
Leg.
yeah, but it's like a specific bone. I can't remember what it's
Femur?
called. Yes, the femur. I broke my femur on a bouncy castle, everybody. Let that sink in.
Yeah, that's pretty much the most.
Bouncy castle. Hardest bone in the body. I did it.
That is the most Tim thing I think
Yeah.
to have happened.
Well,
Besides
I know I've told
breaking
this.
your nose playing woodpecker with your brother.
Yeah.
Would you like to explain what woodpecker is, Tim?
Woodpecker is when you smash your face into a couch because it's snowing outside and you're bored. And then the timing is so that my head hits the back of my older brother's head and I break my nose and there's blood everywhere.
Okay.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
But how I broke my leg was I saw this kid and he jumped and like flung his legs behind his back and just like, like woo, like that sort of, if you can imagine that motion for
Yes.
everybody at home. And I was like, I can do that. And then I broke my leg. And my parents had me walk around on it for like 3 weeks because they were like, you're fine.
One.
Yeah.
Bad parenting. Not
Well,
gonna
they
lie.
didn't know. Because I was fine as long as I didn't have weight on it.
Yeah, that's usually the sign.
Yeah, but
of a
like,
broken leg.
yeah,
Tim.
because like I would put weight on it and then I would crumple to the ground.
Yeah, that's usually all right.
Look, I know that.
Okay,
Look,
well,
I was
why-
the one with the I'm the victim
Well,
here.
why didn't you express that to your parents?
Because I was 4.
All right, that's fair.
And like I was just happy to be around. I was
Even-
like, man, I lived through that.
Broken leg or not.
Yeah. We got some coconut incense burning in here, so I'm coughing a little bit.
Yeah.
But my cough is actually doing way better. Like the actual
good.
cough and flu that I had, which is why we couldn't record last week. I had the flu, everybody. Let that sink in. I haven't been sick out of school in 5 years. I was sick for like 5 days out of school. It was like I didn't know what was going on. I had no idea how to react to sickness. I was dizzy and whatever, and I'm just like wobbling around the house like, oh my God, what's going on? I take my temperature. I'm like, what does 100 mean? It was crazy.
Means bad. Tim and I are the same way, actually. We don't get sick very often.
Yeah.
But when we do, it
It's
knocks
bad.
us out
Yeah.
real bad.
Absolutely.
Like, I think,
0 out of 10, never doing that again.
yeah, I think I was sick twice
Bars.
in all of elementary school.
Yeah.
And one of those times, it was because I threw up, and the other time
Yep.
was I had swine flu.
Oh shit.
So, and I was out for like a straight,
Yeah.
almost 2 weeks.
Goddamn.
Of course, our 4th grade teacher, not naming names, but like, of course, our 4th grade teacher.
Oh! Hate that woman. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but she caused me some strife.
Oh yeah, she sent me my homework. Like, she sent it to my house,
Like by mail?
like by mail. Sent me my
That's
homework
awesome.
and was like, "Do this," and I was like, "I don't want to.
She
I
did this
can't,
shit to me
like,
where it
look.
was like,
I can't see."
write an essay. And that was it. And I was like, on what? And this is like 4th grade. Like, write an essay is what we get now in senior year.
And
And
we're
she's just
still
like,
just as
write
confused.
an essay. And I'm like, I cried because I didn't know what to do. And I was like, Mom, I don't understand. It was bad.
Oh, that's fair, because one time we were doing this like weird writing exercise,
Yeah.
and it was writing like a sentence down in a
Yeah.
particular order.
Uh-huh.
I'm not exactly sure why I had trouble with
Yeah.
it. I think instead of writing they, I wrote like those.
Yeah.
But it still perfectly made sense.
Yeah.
But she made me correct it 8 times. And guess what? This other student had 4 errors in like an 8-word sentence, and she just let it slide. She's like,
Wow.
good enough. And I was
Wow.
like, why me?
That sucks.
I was like, my diction is off here. She can't spell the. Why does she get a free pass? That's like some bull honky right
Yeah,
there,
that
right?
shows you the kind of person said teacher was. But anyway, I'm going to jump back like 3 topics because that's the only thing I remember.
Because that's what I asked you originally was, how is Boston? And Esquimalt.
Well, yeah.
And
But, so, first of all, Gloucester is spelled Gloucester, just so you know. It's weird.
Gloucester.
Yeah, it's
there's no
it's
H.
Gloucester, and I'm pretty sure there's another C in there somewhere. Also, if you hear like whirring, that's because I got an awesome ring over the weekend that has a chain in the middle and it spins and it's awesome and I love jewelry.
Yeah, it's super great to have on the show here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're welcome. But
So, jumping back 3 topics.
yeah. So we're walking around Annisquam and I show her that house and I was talking about why I love that house and it's just like the backyard of it
Right.
extends down into the pasture, which is literally like the word. It's just this amazing like long grass, big rocks, like space, like big trees that you can climb. Like there's like deep woods, and then if you walk like 300 yards out of the pasture, it's the ocean. So it's like the perfect like triangle of my future. And so I'm gonna buy that. Like, should music ever work out the way I want it to, and I have like a substantial amount of money, I don't care who's living there or like how long they've been there or how much they want for the house. It's mine.
Right.
And so I will be taking that. And so we go on this cool little walk. We go down to the beach. Beach is destroyed because Gloucester flooded. Like I think there was something like 10 feet of water on their brand new like $500,000 turf field. And so that was ruined. And like there's this little bridge that goes down from the pasture to the beach, right? Because there are loads of rocks and whatever. So it's just like so people can walk. And it's got like the sides of stairs, like a stair rail, so that people don't like trip and die because, little kids are all like wet from the seawater, like running up and down it. So it's slippery. The entire thing, like except for just the little path that you walk on, was shredded to bits and just like thrown about. It was crazy. But like we went down there, Chloe brought a camera, so we were taking pictures of stuff, and we got a bunch of little rocks and we put them in a jar. It was awesome. And then Saturday, so this is the day of the audition, which anybody who ever cares about music stuff will want to hear about it. But we're at like the 18-minute mark, so I might tell you about the audition next time.
Yeah.
Under the desk.
Heck yeah.
Ooh, ooh.
All right.
Have a wonderful day, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.